folks, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to Week in Review. This is a video we do every week where we talk about all the reviews we did last week and give you our quick thoughts on them. You can see a full link to each of the videos in the description below if you want to see the whole video. Let's get started. Take it away, Z.
Hey everybody, Z Garcia here. So last week I reviewed 3 games. I reviewed Narcos, the board game. I rated this a 7 out of 10. This is from Come On Limited, and it is a cat and mouse style game. One player hiding, and they play Pablo Escobar. The other players are trying to find that character and take them out, capture them. They're going to have some opposition, though, from Sicarios spreading around the board. It has a mature theme, of course, with trafficking, drugs, and all that. It's a cool concept. I enjoyed the game. It was interesting. There's a solid amount going on, but it's still a simple game, and it's one of the cooler sort of cat and mouse games out there. I also reviewed Silver and Gold. I rate this an 8 out of 10, and this is a roll and write, or more specifically, a flip a card over and write. And it's really neat. It's well produced. I like that you can use a dry erase marker right on the cards because they're laminated. You are marking off little crosses on these islands, and when you complete the island, you score it. You collect some gold. You draft a new one. You keep on going. It's real breezy. Love the look. Like how it plays. Really enjoyed this flip and write. One of my favorites. And then lastly, I reviewed an expansion for 51st State. The brand new one called Allies. And this is fantastic. I rate this a 10 out of 10. It is so thematic. It is so engrossing. It adds depth and interest to the world of 51st State. And it does all this with very little rules overhead. It's just a couple of new things you have to learn, minor things, and yet it really enriches the experience for me. I really was fascinated by this. So that's it for me, everybody. I'm Z Garcia again. I'll see you on the next one.
Back to another week in review. Took care of 3 videos for you this week. First one was a review for Grifters Nexus. This is a hand management card game with a lot of take that that's kind of mixed in there. I did enjoy playing it. I gave it a 6 out of 10. You can check out the review for a little bit more details there. It is a standalone game that can be added to the base game of Grifters, so that might be something of interest for you. Go check that out. Also did a first impressions video for 2 games. One was called Space Gate Odyssey that we played on Testing Tuesdays. Then I also gave my first impressions on the new Memoir 44 expansion, the new Flight Plan, which is a reworking of their Air Pack that they put out a while ago. So you can check that out for my first impressions on those 2 games. And then I also did another review with the other guys, a Miami Dice review. Hey, it's back for Zombicide Invader. This one I enjoyed a lot, and I gave this one an 8 out of 10. 2 thumbs up, or 2 mold-spawning tentacles, appendages, or something like that. Can't remember exactly what I said, but you get the idea. Really enjoyed it. So check out that, because you also get the opinions of both Tom and Z on that one as well. So take care. We'll see you on the flip side. Enjoy the rest of your review.
At the beginning of the week, I did 8 negative game reviews, which is actually closer to 8 negative first impressions of fairly big-sized games that I didn't want to put a lot of more effort into playing. I knew already I wasn't going to really enjoy them, but I wanted to give at least some thoughts on them so you can check out those 8 games. I also reviewed Downfall. Now, this is a big game that I hate. However, I realize a lot of people are going to like it. I just don't like the negative spiral downing of your society is collapsing. You have to keep feeding your people. Radiation is spreading. It's a game where you're sticking your finger in the dam trying to stop everything. Yeah, it just doesn't work for me. City Explorer is a little 2 to 5 player card game in which you make essentially a couple decisions over the course of the game and pick 1 row of cards and score it. It's a cute idea, just way too light for me. TV show. We actually played this one live. It's funny, it's silly, but it's not really a game. It's more of an activity, just making up a TV show than asking each other questions about it. Archmage. I almost gave this one a seal, but at the end of the day, the game halfway through becomes less interesting. The running around the board, I mean, the magic spells are cool, but at the end of the day, you make one decision and the board gets explored. It starts off really interesting, and after that, it's decent. It just loses a bit of steam at the end. Cupcakes and Creatures is a really fun kids game where they're pulling cupcakes from a bag to feed to their creatures, but you don't want to pull two of the same color. You can stop anytime you want, but kids will have a hard time doing that. Copenhagen is a really nice, well done Tetris type game where you're collecting cards, spending those cards to take Tetris shapes and put them in a building. You're basically building a building. It's not really Tetris, and it's really simple. Collect cards, use those cards to build things, and build this building up as quickly as you can. I really like it. It's nice, simple, and I think a lot of people are going to get into it. I took a look at the newest Dungeons & Dragons Waterdeep Dungeons of the Mad Mage. This is another in this series. I tend to really enjoy this series as it is. This one adds some things that I thought were that makes it even a little bit better. Having some runes and magic spells and things. It was very thematic. I enjoyed it. Duelosaur Island. Melody and I both really liked this one, although she wasn't in my review. But I'll tell you, she said also very good game. Nice back and forth. It's not Dinosaur Island. It's the same theme as Dinosaur Island and some of the same mechanisms, but it feels like a completely different game, and that's okay. Nice drafting game for 2 players. I took another look at the newest version of the Duke. The Duke is a great abstract strategy game in which how the piece moves is printed on the piece, and then it flips over and it moves a different way. It's fantastic. Highly recommend it. And then I took a look at many of the 4 new summoners, basically are mages for Mage Wars. So if you want to see what I think of those 4, here's a subtle hint. The Elementalist is amazing, but they're all good. The Druid, the Monk, and the Necromancer, and they just all 4 have a very different feel to them. Sam Z and me also looked at our top 10 exploration games over the course of the week, so that was pretty cool. We did a Miami Dice, so you can check that out. Sam's already mentioned that. And a live board game breakfast and other things that you can see. And that's what we did last week. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Vasel, and this has been Week in Review on the Dice Tower.